The night before the Charles Key interview, the hotel room of William Lewis, director of Don't Tread on Me, was burglarized. The thief made off with his tripods, lights, laptop, and an early script for the film, even his phone charger and the clothes on his back. Well, not necessarily the clothes in his bag, I should say. But then, he would be okay to go through the airports because he'd be naked. Anyway, I'm digressing here for a moment. The point I'm trying to make is, it's still unclear whether or not this was a targeted burglary set to disrupt the film's production, or if this was a random act. But here is William Lewis just after the burglary.
Check in. I take all of my equipment out of the car just like I normally do because I'm paranoid about it being stolen. I put it in my room. I go scout out the location where we're going to shoot Charles Key's interview tomorrow. Eat some pizza, come back to the room, and the door's ajar. And I knew right then exactly what had happened. James Lane of We Are Change and Mark Lerner both stepped up to the plate here, and they're helping me get equipment for tomorrow so that we can shoot the Charles Key interview. And I want to say thank you guys.
Here's another thing for you. I'm going to list the things you told me. I'm going to list the tripod, computer. I'll go here and talk to these people, see if I can find out anything, all right, man?
Now, earlier in the program, we addressed the issue of one Boston citizen who was arrested for filming police in a public street. Well, your local police force may soon be obtaining equipment that will turn the lenses on you. That's right. Here is now exclusive footage from the DC Biometrics Industry Conference, where we take a closer look at a piece of hardware which may soon be coming to your local police force.
These are typically used in the field, right, in the military, right, and they could also be applied to law enforcement purposes. Absolutely. Locally.
Across the board for biometric capture. It does full finger, face, and iris. So what's typically application is, and it'll be run against a watch list, and that watch list then will be checked for a match. So if this person of interest is encountered, they'll match against the watch list, and then they'll have the ability to detain them if need be, or take action as appropriate.
This also, you said this synchronizes with the watch list, so does it also feed data into the watch list if you needed to input?
Yes, you can enroll you. If you were a person of interest, we could enroll you into the watch list, and then it would match against that watch list if you came back in. So you make enrollments of people in a general vicinity, and then you watch for other locations that those persons are showing up. So you can see patterns then of individuals of interest that are in different geographic locations.
How much does one of these units typically cost?
Retail is around $12,000 to $15,000.
How many are actually in use today?
There's over 1,000 deployed. Yeah. So.
Do you foresee a time when local law enforcement would actually maybe be using these things on traffic stops or anything?
Yes, as the states and the APHISs in the states embrace the new mobile technologies, which they are. Rapid ID is one of the main entrants of the states that will make any individual being stopped. You want to know that that individual is who he or she says it is. So rapid ID would, with these type of devices, would provide that kind of information, because it'll be electronically online back to the cruiser, which was online to the state.
You know what was amazing about that Biometrics conference is that we were the only media there, and they weren't really happy about us being there. We got more clips coming up in the next couple episodes, so stay tuned for that. All right, Now, it is time for my favorite part of the show, where we read the emails that you send in. Earlier in the week, we put out a call to hear what you wanted to see us report on. And quite frankly, we were buried in emails. But we read and loved every single one of your ideas. And you know what? They are still coming in. Our first comment from the mailbag is from Jack R. Jack says, "From what I've been able to see thus far, you guys are producing some quality media. That said, I have yet to see one of your webcasts without my computer locking up, or that the stream slowed so much that the video was unwatchable. The same thing happens at You Do News or anything Ron Paul, Alex Jones, Mike Rivero, Big John Lipscomb related. A simple solution for people like myself would be to include a hyperlink to Blip TV or other online videos sponsored by RTR." Well, Jack, first I want to thank you, but I want to apologize because I'm sorry to hear that your computer keeps locking up when you try to watch our show. It could be due to your internet connection, or just your processor speed, or your video card. There's a lot of different variables. Now, a simple approach or simple solution could be try pausing the show once it starts, and then let the show load or buffer. Okay, this should solve the problem. As for downloading it, we do try to include links in our emails so that you can download it directly. Okay, if you're not on our email list, you've got to join the organization. You got to join the website to get on that. But if you look just below the player window, okay, just below the player window, you should see a download link. Go ahead and click it, and it's yours. All right, our next comment comes from Roger, who says, "Dear crew at the Reality Report, me, friends, and family love your show. You can see and hear the truth being spoken without corporate influence or government. I like your format and most stories you cover. Keep up the good work." Well, thanks, Roger. Your words make the show possible, despite the realities we face. And we've read your suggestions, and we're getting to work on it. All right. Sarah G. writes, "My big question. What is the status of Obama's court case concerning his credentials to be president? Thank you for all you do for liberty. You are one of a few taking on that enormous job. As they say, you rock." Well, that is a pretty big question. Regarding Obama's court case, my only answer is this, that they are clearly paying no mind to it, as they have done since the question of eligibility has been raised. Mary in Oklahoma emailed and stated, "Gary, I love the fact that you did this. You provide some valuable information. You are tightening up your programming and image, which lends credibility via the masses. I love the fact that you are educating people on the Constitution and rights." Well, thank you, Mary. We want to do the best that we can possibly do and bring the message of freedom and liberty back to the people of America. For too long, our elected officials have trampled upon our most sacred of documents only to advance party line agendas and personal goals while sacrificing the freedom so many have died for. It is truly up to we, the people, to bring it back. As I like to say, the Constitution is on a comeback tour. That's right. Well, that is our show for today. And remember, I want you to meet others who are just like you, who are sharing information, who are taking action, and who are building a community of like-minded people. And join the effort at restoretherepublic.net, the home of the freedom movement. Thank you for joining me on this edition of the Reality Report. Tune in next week for the continuation of our exclusive interview with Representative Charles Key, more from the Biometrics Conference, and the latest breaking news. Remember, we need you to support the message of the independent media by forwarding this video to your friends and families, co-workers, post it on MySpace, on Facebook, on Twitter. Just send it all over the web. We need you to make this show go viral. We're counting on you. I'm Gary Franchi, and remember, I am not here to make you a follower. I'm here to make you a leader among the people. Good night.